Very good afternoon to all of you. First of all, I thank the organizers for this beautiful organization in this beautiful place here. I thought of talking about ethics of dialogue and engagement. And if you look at, for example, Islam or the Quran, it has emphasized a lot the concept of ethics and spirituality. Even many Muslims think that Islam is a very legalistic religion. When in fact the scholars of hermeneutics or exegesis, interpretation of Islamic scripture, do believe that out of 6,000 verses in the Quran, only 500 are legal verses. Do, don't do. The rest about what? This is my question. I've questioned myself all the time. I've asked this question myself. So basically, the 90% of it is about spirituality, it's about ethics. Only yesterday, I was reminded of a very important prophetic saying, "Ittaqillah haythuma kunt, wa atba'i sayyid hasanatan tamhuha, wa khaliqin nasa bi khuluqin hasan." Fear Allah, fear God wherever you are, whether you are in the mosque or in the marketplace, anywhere, fear God, taqwa. And then follow bad with good. If somebody does bad to you, don't treat them badly, treat them nicely. This is a higher level. And then khaliqin nasa bi khuluqin hasan. Deal with the people, not Muslims or believers, people in the best manner. So for me, the concept of ethics is a very important Quranic concept. And actually the concept of taqwa, God fearing or God consciousness, is a very primordial ethical value within Islam, from which other ethical values spring. And from this perspective, I would like to talk and emphasize the importance of engagement between religious communities, really. Towards the end of Prophet's life, he sent letters, he sent envoys to different people, the Persians, the Romans, to this conversation, which is based on the Quranic ethical value. Many times when I read the Quran, the concept of nas, people, tell people good, deal with people good. وَقُولُوا لِلنَّاسِ حُسْنًا. So, but unfortunately, some of the Muslims and non-Muslims as well don't understand this very important Quranic concept. So the concept of dialogue is very important. I was talking with my Jewish friend just before we started the conference, how close Muslims and Christians and Jews are in terms of law and ethics. But we think we are far from each other. Hinduism, Buddhism, in fact, some of the scholars, they are talking about Muslim-Buddhist relationships. People like Professor Bakr Usman, he's a Malaysian professor, trying to explore, because he lives in Asia, and you have a lot of Buddhists and Hindus there, how Islam has actually, Prophet Muhammad, for example, told Muslims to go and seek knowledge in China. Go and seek knowledge in China. Wisdom, because there was wisdom in China. So you cannot close your door. You cannot shut down the door because you are different from other people, as you were saying, in terms in-group and out-group. I think it's very pivotal in this discussion of trying to bring about this engagement and this dialogue. Because if we don't communicate, we think, there is nothing to share. When in fact, we share many things in common, but we cannot know that unless we communicate, we have conversation, we talk, and then we break those barriers, those artificial barriers of non-engagement that might breed, intolerance and problems around the world. And thank you very much.
Thank you for speaking.